For your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 3405-0163 or 3402-0879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Hello everyone and welcome to the show. You know the vibes, it's the beat down. The time is 8 p.m. It's time for you to relax, sit back, relax, and enjoy the music videos that I got for you.
Moving no direction, like it's a calling. When alive in the middle of nowhere, shake the ground and burn the air. So yeah, you don't have to hold back for anything or anyone. Just own this.
Dinso tethu divikelwa ngekuthi kweqala kumcuka ukuthi sitipopole sivakashele emtholampilo siyithanze emtholampilo upopola nje uye ungaguli ungumuntu kuyohlola ukuthi ingabe umtimba wakho usasebenza kahle yini lokunenani kabili ngeminyaka utipopola kuphindze futhi ushukumisa umtimba nako kumcoka siphindze futhi sibuke tifo lesitibalile. Once watholakala ukuthi sonato letifo leti bo HIV, bo hypertension, bo shukela, diabetes mellitus, nako lokho waba nako vakashela emtholampilo landzelela kubodokotela ukuthi bathi delaphe kanjani kutawusita ukuthi ugcine uvikele kutholakala ukuthi tinso takho setilimele nempilo ke kutiphatha nje nako kumcoka ngoba ukhanza ukuthi bantfu bayathanza ukuthi bese batifaka etitsakamiveni ekusebenziseni titsakamiva lokufaka ekhathi jwala namagwayi donke tinhlobo tetitsakamiva so kumcoka ukuthi ungumuntu utipopole emtholampilo kuvikela tinso takho.
Kude lesinye isikhathi ngaphandle kwalesi
aba research bafunze.
Being risky means ukuthi nalokuwa kwayo kulula.
Nathi kufuna sende ukukhicita lokusemndeni.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds full of wonder. You choose a path to awaken your senses A world to make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. Discover just how far you'll go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer. Now is the time for you to have the royal experience in the kingdom.
This weekend is Eswatini, your official weekend party starter. Tune in for the best of entertainment. We're bringing you the hottest music videos and live studio interviews with your favorite celebrities. We're giving you a front row seat to the latest fashion trends as well as your weekend gig guide. Join us live on social media and call in to send your shout outs. Be sure to catch our movie segment where we review and give updates on all latest movies. Catch This Weekend Eswatini every Friday at 5:30 p.m. live on Eswatini TV.
Now, it's that time of the week on a Monday where we discuss the main topic of the football fraternity. Hello and welcome on your edition of Libhola Eswatini. A couple of changes that you can see on your screen. This is one way as a viewer, wherever you are, we're trying to meet you at the point of your need. We want you to always get the best. When we talk about sporting activities in the country, the setup should be at the point of your need. So on a Monday edition, once again, we'll be highlighting some of the activities that were taking place over the weekend, especially giving full focus to MTN Premier League that is actually changing, but is also edging closer because now the title is now within the 3 to 4 teams, and we'll look at some of those teams, how they performed over the weekend, including one of the biggest games that we saw over the weekend, Wanderers versus Leopards. We discussed that fully, but prior to that, I have a special guest because we've had many attempts and then due to his busy schedule, of course, we couldn't get a chance to see him or to have him in the studio. But today is the day, and I'm lucky to say he is the one to launch the studio because he's the first guest in the studio. He's accompanied by also one of the senior officials within the management of the club. I'm talking about Nsingizini Hospital's president, Mr. Derek Shiba. He's in the company of Mtokosi Singobe. This is also another figure within the management of Nsingizini Hospitals. We want to know the story about this successful club. Remember, in August 2022, that's when we started hearing the name Nsingizini Hospitals dominating local football. What does Mr. Shiba wants to achieve with the club? What does Mr. Shiba wants to do with the same club that could have the same positive energy in the local football? He has a lot to say. I wish I had probably 2 to 3 hours, but for the time we have, he will try to give you all the information, accompanied, of course, by Mtokosi Singobe, just to tell us about the club. What's the vision? And off record, he's told me some of the beautiful things that he has for the club. Once again, Mr. Shiba, Sigumugelela Studio, you're the first guest for the month of February in the new studio, accompanied by Mtokosi Singobe. What an achievement for you.
Thank you very much, Fabrice. Sibonga kakhulu uzivusele nababukele emakhaya.
Yeah.
Sivusele i-football family in the country. sivusele kakhulu kade balandzeli besingizini Hotspurs kulo lonke le live la kithi eSwatini. The invitation lena is special to me as well. But just yesterday it was my birthday, so
Yes.
it's February and
Once
I'm
again,
so
happy
excited,
belated
yeah.
birthday because it was actually training on social media. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Mr. Kobe, welcome to the studio.
Good evening, Fabrice.
Yes.
Thank you for having us in the
Yeah.
studio today.
You are involved in the club management, so you have to be here. But for Mr. Shiba, 2022, August, the name started dominating social media. Sigiakhulunywa, things in hospice. And then at some point, you were not even visible. Besitibuta ukuthi ngubani ophethe le club. And then at the end of the day, Wapuma, you're the man behind the ways and what you've done so far with the club. When you decided to take over and just get the status from the first division where you were the team to make it to the Premier League, what was in your mind? What did you have in the back of your mind?
Fabrice, ngasho ukuthi when I took over this team, basically lobe kungihlupha ukuthi in the Shiselweni region, there was no team which was successful within the football space, like Eswatini. That is one of my sort of my goals, which I wanted to achieve when opportunity avails. That's the main one. And number two, being in Singizini Hotspurs former player, you know, I saw a lot of scope in terms of talent in that region where we can actually come up with players which can assist the national team. We have former players, Bo Muzi Mapalala, Bebatala Bomtamanya Rovers, then later on other teams, Bo Abram Dlamini, who is a former player of Singizini Hotspurs, who then played for Mbawane Highlanders. So the trend and the number of players who were being successful within the football space are in Shiselweni.
Because you're involved in the day-to-day, working in the office of the CEO, working for a club headed by a man like Shiba with such vision. How motivating it is when you every day 8 o'clock, when other people are heading to other offices, 8 o'clock we're entering the office of the club. It must be very challenging.
No, interesting, Fabrice. I think we are very fortunate to have a leader in Mr. Shiba. It's very motivating each morning to actually go out there and help the club to achieve its goals. It's very interesting. I must say that we have got an office that is very, very productive, headed by the CEO, which looks after the day-to-day operations. And then as a chairman of the MC, and then I oversee the operations because I'm his direct contact, and then we then escalate issues if need be to the board, which is headed by the president, Mr. Shiba. Yeah. So it's very interesting.
Yes. Mr. Shiba, I like on what you highlighted. You've played for the club. On a lighter note, and I think that's what drives a man. You know, you look at some of the legends we've had in the history of the club. That's what drives a man. You've played for the club. You've now want to empower people of Shiselweni region. So you take the club in 2022. This is 2024. I think a couple of knockout tournaments so far. In terms of running a club, business.
Yes.
Are you where you want to be now? Because, sorry to cut you, because there's always that message we hear from your junior officers. We want to go to Africa. Are you where you want to be today? Is the club where you want it to be today?
Definitely, Fabrice. Basically, first of all, me personally, my lifestyle is that I'm a student of the First World Vision, as pronounced by His Majesty. So, being a student of the vision, you would want to ensure that all the time you produce first world products. I've shown that in business by driving an Nyazi group into operating in 11 countries. Then in football, I'm replicating the same, and I would like to replicate the same. We want to be an African club. If we want to be an African club, we need to be successful domestically because that's a vehicle for getting into Africa. So basically, that was what has been driving us. That's a big vision. To get into Africa is a big vision. So I needed a philosophy which drives me, which will then be able to see economic club to produce the same vision. Ngibe encourage a club kuma pillars lang driver in business, which are the values, which I'm coming from the business side from the Inyanse group. So the values are driving the club from management level up to operations. So that's our pillars. Chairman or MC angakhona ukuchaza better ngoba nawa chazwa ngemi because it's my lifestyle. It will seem as if they are only sitting in this.
But the expenditure that comes with running a club at this point in time, how challenging? Because other people also can learn from what you're saying. When you're starting afresh, putting a team up level, the expenditure that comes.
Basically, kurana football Eswatini, kutinigela. Basically, usuke uyi-seventh. It's very challenging because as much you spending the money coming in takes time. But it is possible under this environment where we would see Ebola be commercialized, 100%. So that's where we are. I'm already seeing the fruits after 1.5 seasons.
Yeah, you've had the likes of Momo Cup as your success. Ngobe, I think your mover Patswako would say he's very passionate about this job. But let's look at also the challenges that comes with not getting what you want. I'm sure sometimes he gets out of his nerves when results are not going accordingly. Things are not doing accordingly. Do you guys learn something from him to say, leadership-wise, this is how you want things to be done?
Thanks, Fabrice. I think we take lessons every day from his leadership. I think in the center of everything that we do, we are guided obviously by our pillars, which speaks to our commitment. It speaks to our accountability. So we are all accountable at all levels for our actions and for our roles and responsibilities. We also observe teamwork in all structures. We are fully committed, as I've said. We show the can-do attitude whenever it calls for us to actually employ that. I must say, Fabrice, that we learn a lot each and every day from his leadership. And as a club, I think we're definitely heading to the right direction with all the learnings that we have every day.
Mr. Shiba, I don't think when you took over the club, the fan base being gag. But now, this is you personally also being at the stadium, the fan base of the club now. That's where now I want to go to say, to win the titles, yes, you have to do what you are doing, supporting the club financially and everything. But you have Zingalama fans. And I think from what I've learned as well, if the coaches are not giving you what they want, you show them the door.
Correct.
Just like
100%.
Because there is expenditure being done. Yeah.
So basically, as Ashilo chairman would say, one of our values is accountability. So first of all, I'm clear with what I need, and I know how hard it is to achieve my results.
Yes,
because I've been an owner-operator I've been an owner-operator owner in terms of that. So what then assists on is that I understand the steps to get into that success mode. So I'm very decisive. I'm a capitalist. So if the results are not coming, basically I need to fix the train. In order to attract event based lenganga oba insings in the grow, you need to perfect your operation. So if you win, no matter how much you can spend in marketing the team, it will not help you. So it's very important because the operation itself is perfected in such a way that the results are coming. Then fans will be attracted, and then you start working on the business side, which is your marketing.
Quickly, I want us to rush to where you're heading as a club director and president. We Africa at some point, you have to win the league or finish as winner of one of the knockout tournament. But where do you see yourself in the next 2 years? Because now it's two questions with one question. For the past 2 years, or rather 1 year and a half, what's been challenging to be where you are? And then when you look at the club now, and then look at the next 2 years in 2026, where would we see things in hospice?
Basically, Fabric, now the next 2 years, I see ourselves as champions of the league.
MTN Premier League.
MTN Premier League. And that's a ticket to the Champions League of Africa. But what has happened is that, as I said, in terms of success, we sort of beat the target. It is possible still this season to be in Africa. The main reason for that, we would say, we've already taken 1 cup. First of all, beginning of the season, the goals were that the team is number 2 in the league, and then the second one was that we take 1 cup, which will enable us to go to Africa. So the cup, the Ingwenyama Cup, is one of the cup which is a ticket to Africa. And then the league, in terms of benchmarking even in other leagues, it's a bit too soon to take the league on your second season. It takes you 3 seasons minimum. A success on that, I can make examples. I've seen it on Sundowns in South Africa. You need a minimum of 6 transfer windows.
Yes.
I've seen it with Chelsea. I've seen it with Manchester City. So building that success story, you need a minimum of 6 seasons. Some have taken more, but 6 transfer windows. Not
You've
6.
had 3.
I've had 1.5 now.
1.5.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the transfer so far you've had?
100%, Fabrice. If I'm looking at the DNA of the players which I've brought into the team, those are players which will take you somewhere within a season. Look at the average age. The average age for my players, I'm talking about 23, 24. That's my average age. And if you look at it, the spread is around that pocket. There is no player in my team who's over 30 years.
Beautiful. All these talented players. I'm coming to you, Mthokozi, but there's some groundwork also you've achieved in terms of Lilo Office, the club. Now there's also introduction of, at some point, the stadium, you run a facility. So you want a club to be fully professional. Fully professional.
100%, Fabrice. Definitely, that's the story. We've started with when we got into first division. That's when we actually transformed the team into that type of a team. Premier League first season, we've done just that. Obviously, with limited resources, we've tried prioritizing operation. Then now we're moving off operation. We've empowered the management. We've empowered now. There's an office of the CEO. And now we're empowering the main business, because the football business, your prime mover is marketing and sales. So that's what we're perfecting now. We're focusing on that. I think you can see in terms of the growth of the fans, it shows you that something is happening. I must thank our counterparts, Amazulu, in South Africa, who are helping us in terms of transfer programs. That's where we're learning a lot from them. I think you've seen recently, Tumelebo coach, Bio benefited from the exchange programs.
Yes,
so we're learning a lot. The latest one, if you can look at the Glamour fans, the drum boy is a drum boy for Orlando Pirates. So he's on a training program. He's training our fans to ensure that the atmosphere is a football atmosphere.
And that's part of trying to grab more fans, the fan base. Because if you look at your social media page, I think Bo Mthokozi is run by you and the rest of the commercial people. You're ensuring that there is visibility. Can other teams learn from you, maybe, Mthokozi? What can other teams learn from you?
No, thanks, Fabrice. I think as a team, we have got a clear structure in everything that we do. I think it's very easy to actually copy or rather mimic what we are doing as a team, because we've got platforms that are in place. The social media, we have seen it in the past 2 seasons. it's not where it is now. So it means they have put an effort there to ensure that we are up there. Just like the president has said, our main focus when we started was to ensure that on the technical aspect we are there. I think we have achieved that. We have moved now to the commercial space where we are robust in terms of our marketing and branding, which I think it speaks volumes in terms of where we want to go as a team. Yes.
President, a couple of questions before maybe we round up the interview. You are one of the club that is following all the club licensing rules. You know, female team on the side. You've got also the office running. Now there's a stadium coming. Not to put you on the spot, or when is the projection? When can you say officially, welcome to Nsingizeni Hospital Stadium, training facility stadium, where even when you are playing CAF games, you're playing on your home ground? No pressure, but under your projections.
No. Thank you, Fabrice. It will be difficult now to be exact on the projections. Give me 6 months' time. I should be able to put an estimate reasonable in terms of that because of the capital required for a stadium. But what we've done as a team, we've done a facility which will allow the team to still compete at the highest level. Then the long-term game, we're busy working on it. We're working tirelessly in terms of the long-term game, which is the stadium where we can host. But it's still at preparation stage.
In most cases we've seen, look at the beautiful pictures, the supporters. We've seen most of the time people who have such visions like you, where they end up maybe taking leadership in football fraternity, be it Premier League or Oga Football Association. Do you ever maybe think of at some point be amongst the executive members at some point running Football Association? Try to empower Libhola Eswatini.
Thank you, Fabrice. I think for me, I would like to impact the knowledge I have in terms of leadership. And seeing an invested interest in terms of football. So I can't invest partially, which means I would like to get into the leadership space and ensure that we're running football professionally. I'm a bit disappointed with the way we're running football. In simple language, I would say we're carrying the wrong syllabus. It's an old syllabus we're using, so we need to look at and get a new syllabus, then we'll run football efficiently as football owners. So unfortunately, the constitution of our constitution is talking to people who can be in the football space and then run the office. Then we should be recognizing institutions,
academies, and
to be part of the leadership. For instance, if I can make an example, is that there's a clause within the constitution which talks to you serving 4 years within the football space. That's incorrect. What should happen is it should be the team. So if the institution has been around for 4 years, that institution can produce somebody who can lead football. It's incorrect to be personal about it. It should be an institution which can lead football. Because I'll take, for instance, I'll make an example with Mbabane Swallows, because I supported Mbabane Swallows before. Mbabane Swallows is an institution which has been in the football space and has been successful.
True.
Anyone who can be appointed by Mbabane Swallows can lead the football space, even if it's new in the country, new in the football space, because the institution has got the memory which is required for him to run the office efficiently.
Wow, beautiful message. Quickly, Thokozis, what's the mandate coming from the president as you finish going through the season? What mandate do you have as the office of the CEO?
No, thanks, Fabrice. It's simple. We have set a target for the team. We are going to Africa. So in everything that we're doing, we ensure that we perfect our operation, we perfect our administration. Like we have touched on club licensing. We make sure that everything that we do, it's in line with where we want to go as a team. Yes.
All right. Mr. Shiba, I want to let you go, but I have just one question that I've been asking myself, and I've always asked myself. It takes a lot to be where you are as a club. Colorful images we see. You've seen the partnership with some of the organization. On a monthly basis, you've got international players, you've got coaches. How much does it cost you to run this club monthly? Just figures. if maybe you can. It's not to brag.
Yeah.
I'm asking a question not to brag for the viewers. I want to show how, if someone is to succeed, how much energy it takes for someone to be successful. So people might think the results are just coming. You have to work hard. You have to invest. Just short figures, monthly or per season, depending on what you prefer, but monthly.
Thanks, Fabrice. Basically, in terms of running the clubs, is not really the money which is expensive, it's the time which is expensive. You would not be able to run a football club without you as part of running of the club. It must be an owner-operated system. Because out of that, there is leadership principles which you need to teach. The expenditure then follows that process. So it's very difficult to then give the numbers, because for us, there is a big commercial side which is running the club, which maybe teams will think that is not important. And there are basically other auxiliary activities in the background which are actually driving the club. So it will be an exaggerated number. But let me dodge that one for next season. I'll give you the number.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Shiba. I wish I had more time to have this conversation, but you're always welcome. You're always welcome for this topic, especially just to lead other also young people who come into this kind of mentality. And other presidents and other club directors, they want to be where you are as a club director. They want to take the same vision. And we also want you all the time to answer such questions, leading by example. And thank you very much for your presence. And in the company, of course, of Mr. Ngobe, we're seeing the good job. The club is growing. We've covered some of the games and the things we see daily, every weekend. It is encouraging, and it is showing that as a country we are growing. We want to see other teams doing the same job. Thank you very much, Mr. Chibi. And once again, happy belated birthday, Mr. Ngobe. Thank you very much for your time. This is not the last time we're having you, because they are always one call away, but I want to believe that we'll have another broader discussion about the club. Once that journey has been achieved, once he takes this club where he wants to take the club to the African continent for the CAF Champions League or CAF Confederation, trust me, he won't resist to come to the studio and tell us how much it took him, how much time it took him, how much money it took him, and what is the next point in line. Until we meet again, next in line, there is Linda Dlamini for more discussion about MTN Premier League games this past weekend. After this.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 762222000 or dial *007 *3 *7 hash. Or you can use Eswatini Imali. And you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any Nedbank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Now, we're still with you. This is Libhola Eswatini, your Monday edition. We're all about football and we're all about giving you football activities. Sengivele nginaye Linda wakadlamini master sibalo wami kuvusele ngosi.
Fabrice sibalo mina ngiyabonga ngikuthoba lokukhulu ngivusele umbukelo weSwatini TV ilwal view luhlelo lolu sikhuluma ngalo kulo indzaba tebhola kuphela letendeka lapha ekhaya kakhulukati naletendeka ngaphandle kwakuleli kunenge Fabrice lokwenteka ke ebholeni yakithi sayasibone emafans noma abalenzeli bashintsha emaqembu bakulamanye
Lokulandzela usuka shintshele lecembu mase noma it's the fair play lesikhuluma ngayo ukuthi songabukela nelinye team.
Licembu langabalisela kini Fabrice nakusasa ungashintsha. Wena nje lokufavor Arsenal kusasa ungavuka ufavor Manchester City. Hayi ukuthi yakina
kusiya. Manje ungasho ngani ukuthi ngifavor yini la? Ngoba ukusawadi ukuthi ngifavor.
Nangithi ufake black.
Amaningi nama teams la cha black. Now Tlamin, biggest game, we started with the results because, you know, many goals were scored over the weekend, but there is a game in point. But let's talk about the results, Master. Now, buka some of the goals that were scored. Master, are we saying that the league is growing? Nangabe every day kuna changes. Madlenya Swallows. Madlenya at some point, Beskulma is the team now to watch these days, but their performance seemed to have dropped. 4 goals against... they considered 4 goals against Pamela Swallows.
Fabrice, I think the result lena ayivumi Madlenya ngetimvo letimbili Fabrice kwekuqala ngiyoli yona le league M10 Premier League because bayafuna ukuthi baqedze lokungenani baku top 4 so le result lena against bamvu labakompita nabo ku top 4 ayibabeki kahle. Number 2 iMadlenya iyodlala ingwenyama cup ne Young Buffaloes kukhala phasi kumbabana Swallows ngamagoli amane. I think the spirit salabadlali even nale team nje chemistry yes ngiyathi ukuthi their captain Lucky ujoine yona Young Buffaloes lobek ngenta ukuthi ku contribute kule game lena Fabrice lokuthi ingenise 4 eMadlenya emagoli but for imbabana Swallows I think image boost after lama draws lababuya ku Fabrice laba watholile ku league ngicabanga ukuthi lena image boost kubo ayanda kadlela scoring a hat-trick I think nakuye because kulamanye ama games besadlala kakhulu as a wing back so ngicabanga sinyalo utholile but team ilovo Fabrice ngithi tena ngikhuluma ngeIlovo style of play nema teams that awudlala against bona the style of play once you try to play watama kudlala against iLovo yanga perfect leyo play yakho leyo but akulimata because ilovo some of the players are young but some of them unexperienced bonzaba but I think Fabrice the coach that factor le figure yashintsha kuyo ilovo yena Botsoto forget about lamagoli lang10 laba concedile against Young Buffaloes in
philosophy
but the style of play the philosophy iyabonakala.
Now Highlanders against Zulu United, they are ending on the HHH babuya ku Rangers 1-0 nyalo ku Zulu United 1-0 lokumcwanga 3 points master
lokumcwanga 3 points Fabrice for yona imbabana Highlanders I think nakhona le game lena Fabrice ngasho ukuthi building up kungwenyama cup because bathonsana na ukhumbula kahle ku quarter final yayo ingwenyama cup so I think Mbabane Highlanders iwine le game lena eZulu United Fabrice kule game iwatholile ama chances lamahle ebekuthi beyingayiwina le game lena I think kule game lena Fabrice ngihlale ngisho ukuthi angibelievele enhlanhleni ebholeni but eZulu United beyidzinga inhlanhla kuyiwina le game lena but overall Mbabane Highlanders nakhona major boost ukuthi bathole i3 points against eZulu United.
Morning Denver Sundowns they shared the spoils 1-1 still winless Morning Pirates. Denver Sundowns nabo singasho ukuthi slowly they are falling apart. Now ubuka le performance yabo kula malanga they are not doing what is supposed to be done. The two teams sharing points.
Remember Fabrice ngikhulumile kuleli viki leliphelile ngathi ngibaniketa 3 games. If kulo 3 games abakhona kubuya kuwo noma bathole i-first win yo Morning Pirates I think nyalo kusele 2 games. I think Fabrice ngasho ukuthi sekutaba lukhuni ukuthi bavike i-relegation. They need a miracle badzinga umlingo badzinga ummangaliso kude bavike i-relegation. Ngicabanga ukuthi Fabrice le team wonke umuntu ukwayibukela iyadlala le team the style of play but ngiva ngathi mina si soft uyadzinga sometimes kuba aggressive kuthi utawuthola nathi imvulo lodidzingako more especially ngalabholeni so badrawile nayo iDenver Sundowns nayo akusiyo team leme kahle nawubuka kuma standings but ngicabanga ukuthi a fair result for both teams.
Now the game of the weekend master sasuka la Thursday sikhuluma ngayo Wanderers Royal Leopard Mzoro of the beautiful finish. That's a beautiful finish.
Fabrice I think experience some of my players Royal Leopard ukhuluma ngamzoro Zoro Fabrice over the past 6 of my season 7 8 9 every season against the big teams against Mbabane Highlanders Tokora against Manzini Wanderers Tokora ngicabanga ukuthi the runs everything
assist, yeah.
Exactly I think Fabrice njengoba ngisho ukuthi uyawadzinga ama teams
uyamkhomba ukuthi ifakela
exactly usagijima ngaso na 18 is over 30 over 8 seasons adlalela iRoyal Leopard since asuka kuMbabane Highlanders. I think le experience Fabrice yakhe kancane iyawela ngala kulabadlali but some of the goals lesikhuluma ngawo iManzini Wanderers the goalkeeper yena Nkomishi une experience kodwa ngicabanga ukuthi lesinye isikhathi too much of a thing ibese bayingoti because if when utaba overconfident
that's Fabrice, a total blame everywhere very very good players like Bochuni you can't make such mistakes.
More special Fabrice team lele look at the numbers lafuna ko pressure because about 3 players Mzoro uyendile le attempt waphinze wema wenda in uthenga le ngcomvu ya goalkeeper then mistake wayenda I think lokho Fabrice bekungakameli more especially le team le position lekuyo. Number 2 Nkomishi ngicabanga ukuthi uyati many situations la bekula kanje akudzingeki nani kuthi ibhola uyiphase la kule half yenu.
Now this is a day one would say they could be back at their best. This is Royal Leopard. Now Boga the style of football. Now Boga the build up from all their chances, Master. They're giving you hope. This is another chance. But I want to focus, Master. This is also another miss. I want to focus on mindset, maturity. Is this a sign? Good see they can go all the way and win the league.
Royal Leopard. Oh yes, Fabrice. I think good move by Tabang. nakusadlala ema-games lang-10 kuthi i-Royal Leopard after 16 games ingabe ihlede etulo siqongweni because last season abendanga kahle.
I must. Mnike for the second round of the season. Player so far, player to watch.
I think Fabrice uyakhombisa ukuthi why abe player of the month ya December. Uyakhombisa ukuthi why bangamniki i-player of the season the year before last season. I think njoba ngikhuluma Fabrice lesinye isikhathi i-experience hamba ne-talent bese seyihamba nekutimisela ngokonke lokho. I think uyena Junior Makagula the pass lapha ekhathe boxini and everything, but lo munye mhlambe ngivile bakhuluma ngefoul but angiboni foul. Angiboni. That's a good goal.
That's a beautiful goal. Master, kunengena kwendekile in this game, but what message are they sending Royal Leopard to teams like Libhola Swallows? Because buka nari mistake again in front of a player like Junior Makagula, you can't make such a mistake. But what type of message is coming from this game? Because for the past 3 games, these guys have been doing the most, and some of their key players are showing at the party. Winning 4 goals, is that a sign that really they mean business? There is no room for mistake. If I'm not mistaken, we're only left with probably 10 games of the season.
Fabrice, I think i-Royal Leopard at the moment nawubuka kulama teams labadlala la compete now lapha etulo before sibuke naligoli nale beautiful goal sibuke leli goal leli i-Royal Leopard kune Green Mamba, kune Royal Leopard, kune Young Buffaloes, kune Libhola Swallows. They are the only team lengekho kungwenya macup. Logo kusho something Fabrice. Banesikhathi sonke. If iyadlala ingwenyama cup this coming weekend, bona baphumlile baplanila the next game babuketa nema mistakes laba wendile. I think lesikhathi less enough sekuprepareisha. Ngasho lesinye isikhathi i-blessing in disguise ukuthi usheshe uphume if mhlambe ku league awukendi kahle the previous season because bona bendanga kahle last season, so ba out nyalo kungwenyama cup banaso sonke isikhathi.
A lot of games you talk about Young Buffaloes, you know, they played against Rangers over the weekend, but we know one not master. Is that also, are they giving a true reflection? Sambon and Chaburo Maziade, are they giving you true reflection? Would say they can fight the Leopard we just saw.
Mina ngiyathi ukuthi inqumbi yebamvu bakhuluma ngema factors lamanye outside of football ukuthi i-Young Buffaloes ingahamba all the way iwine i-league, but at the moment i-Royal Leopard ikhomba noma iprova ukuthi ingahamba all the way. Idlalile i-Young Buffaloes against Rangers. Nawubuka leli goal leli mistake ya goalkeeper across ngicabanga ukuthi lo sinye isikhathi Fabrice wabang goalkeeper watikhanza ukuma decision usemkhathini noma decision lang 2 ukuthi ngiyayiphantsha ngiyayibamba ngenta njani, because nawubuka nje ukuthi la ifikile etandleni takhe but ithi lengqomvo ngenta njani ngiyayiphantsha ngiyayibamba iyaphunyuka ke ngaleso sikhathi leso then kuba le goal, but Fabrice ngimele ngisho nako Young Buffaloes won but Rangers
played
won my heart.
Master, a team that is doing well, they should have that clinical player. Sikhuluma Junior Makagula Leopards is Bongwa Matsebura, that player now for Young Buffaloes, a player who is making things happen.
Pace thatha abadlali on I think invole seyishota ke Fabrice Bongwa angaba one of my best wingers lisinawo lapha even if i-conversion ratio yakhe ingaba setulu, because the best wingers emhlabeni ukhuluma bo Vinicius Junior, ukhuluma Cristiano Ronaldo during his time ku Manchester United, even na Real Madrid, ukhuluma all labadlali labo, Gareth Bale asese ku Tottenham Spurs. I think if because the speed unaso uyakhona kungena ekhathe boxini ngesikhathi lesikahle. I think inangalungisa lokho Fabrice angakhona ukuthi abe one of the best wingers la khona. He's good angifuni icembe manga, he's good, but njengoba ngisho ukuthi on the day ngiva ngathi Rangers idlale kahle, kunema clear cut chances lobo bona ukuthi leli goal ishaya lipale kabili kabili wonke mumva stadium alibale but lingangeni. Yeah.
Now, in the interest of time, the director of the club was here, but let's talk about the club now. That is in Singleton Hospice. They were playing against Manzini Seaports. Master, it's another game. Who won your heart? Who won your heart on the day? Because there's some beautiful action here, beautiful goals.
Yeah.
Who won your heart?
Beautiful goal. I think lel goal lel Fabrice ngilo lelwini inhlitiyo yami. This is a good goal. Ungalibukela over and over and over Fabrice ungatsinwa because the quick 1-2s, the lokuphaselana. I think Suarez naye Thubelihle kukhona loku-understandana between bona if badlala if batawukhona ukuthi babe lapha ngaphambili bathi khanzi balapha ngaphambili bobangu-2 because lolo munye nakaholda lebhola lolo munye uyabuka space langangena kuso.
The interchange passes, Master.
Kakhulu Fabrice ukhanze i-defense yesibet uyambona nje Sibusiso ukuthi Sibusiso bekazama ukutala ngentasi athi utovala la ngentasi ukhanza ngale ngenhla Thubelihle already sovele ungenile. I think
I'm happy with the build up, but the confidence, there's a style of play, Master. You're gonna have confidence. Nababo Nyashanchu Tuli, they give you that confidence. We know what we're doing.
I think Fabrice kule game le Chuntuli udlalile but nakhona Fabrice mine ngiyaye ngibuke different components kumdlali the hold up play ukudlala uflathele lipali first pass aerial balls akusiso strength sakhe but I think unaso strength uyakhona futhi kuthatha nabadlali on now sekumele ukuthi ke approve le conversion ratio because unayo hat-trick already kunsingizini noSpurs sekumele ukuthi le conversion ratio ibe setulu because mina nangimbuka is one of the best sekudzinga ukuthi lokho approve awine tinhlitiyo tebantfu bensingizini.
Beautiful stuff. That's how the story ended over the weekend, Master. So the table, yeah, this is a one moment I want us to leave. Before we leave, we talk about this. Master, what's your take on that?
Joseph, I think
punishment that was supposed to be
so unfortunate. So unfortunate to say, yeah, that's a dangerous play, but ngicabanga ukuthi ube unfortunate because
on Ngamiso tour,
yeah, on Ngamiso ube so unfortunate lothi at Kansas sathola i-red card. Kubhlungu Fabrice, kubhlungu more especially i-team nangabe idliwa 1-0.
Was the ref spot on, Master? Was the ref spot on? Was there enough contact for a red card? Or do we need even a contact? The position la nasingaibambala ayiman mas red card le.
Yeah, i-red card. I-red card linyawo liphakeme laphinze lahlala enhloko. But njoba ngisho ukuthi he was so unfortunate because engqondweni yakhe bekathi ngiyo control ibhola. Unfortunately waphakama kakhulu yahlala lelinyawo lahlala enhloko. Masters ke nakahlele enhloko Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi i-head injury iyodwa nje Rafaela kudzinga ukuthi awumise umdlalo abite bodokotela spot on.
Masukuyakhuluma ngama teams that are leading the race so far. Let's look at the table because we're talking about the teams that stand a chance. Royal Leopard 31 points, 16 games played so far. And that's the thing about a Master. Funeka kudlalwe 26 games. We said 10 days before we conclude. That's 30 maximum points. Master, look at how things are. Number 2 and number 3. Look at number 4. 3 games without winning. Wanderers they couldn't win. Against Swallows they couldn't win. This past weekend they didn't win. That's good.
Lota win league Fabrice utaba na 52 points. Whosoever lota ufika 52 points uta win league. Between Royal Leopard, Mbabane Swallows, Young Buffaloes, Green Mamba. Lota ufika ku 52 points. Winner league.
What do you think is happening at Green Mamba, Master? Is the announcement of
no.
Is he affected? Are they lacking balance in the team? Master, you can't tell me that we are fighting for the league. You are sitting on the log.
But he's only
for 3 games.
Only 3 points away from Royal Leopard.
But at some point he was leading 4 points.
I think Fabrice ngikuchazile last week ngakhuluma ngendzaba tema games ladlaliwe nama games labayodlalako this currently this season yeah babuya kodlala iCAF naqala season badlalile i Trade Fair Cup bayiwina badlala ileague, badlala ingwenyama cup, still bakungwenyama cup, Royal Leopard ayikho bengikhuluma ngayo. Babona nawubuka ukuthi ama-draws la babuya kuwo about 3-4 alandzelana ama-draws, then sebaqala ba-pick up. Nakhona vele begatsakale ukuthi kwendeke lokho. Young Buffaloes la season ayidlalanga kahle, nayo iqale slow but seyipick upile, ibuyile efomini. Yona iGreen Mamba ngicabanga ukuthi njengoba ngisho ukuthi nakubuya the key players, abo Sleng, abo D4D, batawubuya the team iclick. But mina Fabrice, if bengincoach this coming weekend nangabe sidlala ingwenyama cup, bengingathi okay, 3 players ndawa rest, Javi ndamrest, uyayidzinga i-rest. Ngibuke lo munye it's okay, if Magwegwe hlala ebenchini ngibaphumude.
Time is against us, Mars. Thursday you are back. We're building up to the Ngonyama Cup weekend, and I know you still have a wish. You want this Ngonyama Cup to be played at some cloro. If it was up to you, we'll talk about that on Thursday. We'll unpack the teams, we'll unpack the games. We'll look at who needs to do what in the upcoming weekend. Otherwise, time is against us. This man was here just to give us an overview. This is Libhola Eswatini. On Thursday, we're here for the Temildaro. We have also touch up on the games that will be playing over the weekend. Otherwise, this is what we do, Eswatini TV. We're here for you to give you football, action, and information. Libhola Eswatini, Monday edition. Until we meet again.